All right. I welcome everybody today. Today we're going to discuss the sine and the cosine rule. You see, the sine and the cosine rule is just a way of comparing the sides of any triangle. Now, this is not triangle specific. We use it for right angle triangles, equilateral triangles, isosceles triangles. You just name it. So we use it to compare the sides of any given triangle. Now, let's say we have a triangle like this. You see that this triangle, every triangle basically have three angles, right? That's why it's called tri. That tri, that prefix there means three. So it has three angles and then three sides. Now, this angle A, you discover that it is opposite the side A, right? So that's why I'm using them with the same colors and they're always opposite. So this is the first thing you should get used to, that the angle is always opposite the given side. So angle A is opposite side A, angle B is opposite side B, and angle C is opposite side C. So if you have gotten used to this, now let's first of all state the sine rule. Start with the sine rule. So the sine rule simply says that the ratio of the sine of any side and the angle. Let's choose let's work with A and B. So I'm going to work with A and B. So what sine rule is saying? Sine rule is saying that the sine of angle A over the side A must be equal to the sine of angle B over the side B. Is also equal to the sine of angle C over the side C. So their ratios are all equal. So if you get the ratio of sine A over the side A is going to be equal with sine of the angle B over the side B, etc. And then you can also rewrite this, you can also write it this the other way around. Let's say A over sine A is equal to B over sine B equal to, sorry, that will be C now, equal to C over sine C. So you're still going to get the same answer. The only thing you have to take note of is make sure that if you're putting sine on top, write all the sine of the angles on top. But if you're putting the side lengths on top, that's the numerator, make sure you're putting it the same. So if you keep it constant, you're going to get the same result. Now this is the sine rule. Very simple. Alright, so you discover that for you to use sine rule, you need to have at least two angles. For you to use sine rule, you must have at least two angles and one side. This is what you need. Or you also need to have two sides, at least two sides and one angle. That's all you need. And now the two sides and the two angles are not going to be carelessly anywhere they must be opposite. All right, so what I mean by that is that if you have this first scenario where we have two angles and one side, let's say we must have, let's say, angle B and angle what A. Let's say these are the two angles we have, angle B and angle A. Now the one side must be opposite either angle B or angle A. All right, you cannot have angle B, angle A, and then have another side, let's say side C. It's not going to work. You need to have angles that are opposite. Now let me not even bore you and stress you. When we start solving examples, you're going to get used to these things. So let me just leave it there. Then let's go over the cosine rule. Now using the same triangle, what's the cosine rule saying? I'm just going to write it out. These things are when we begin to solve examples, you begin to get used to them. Now the cosine rule is saying, let's pick one side, let's pick side C. All right, so I'm going to work with side C. Cosine rule is saying that the side C squared is equal to side A squared plus side B squared minus 2 times side A times side B times cos C. All right, so you see that this first part looks like the Pythagoras theorem, because actually the derivation of this cosine rule is from the Pythagoras theorem and all that. We're not going to derive the formula in this video. So if you remember the Pythagoras theorem, just try the Pythagoras theorem and then you now put minus 2ab cos C. You discover that the angle we're using, this cosine, the angle we're using is the angle that is opposite side C that we have chosen to use, right? So take note of all these things. So that's for cosine rule. Now, as you wanted to use side A, it's still the same thing. A squared is equal to B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cos A now, because the side length we are looking for now is A. All right, so that's how to use cosine rule. And then you can do the same thing for side B. let's have a triangle. Let's say I have a triangle. Yeah, something like that. Triangle A, B, C. All right, these are the angles and these are the sides. This will be C and then this will be B. Now, most times when you're given this question in word form, the way they normally represent this line AB, which is C, right? See that the line ABC, so we write it like this, line AB. So you can see line AB is equal to C. That's what it means. Line AC is equal to B, and then line BC is equal to A. Alright, so this is how we represent lines. And then angles, if you want to represent angle A, how we represent it is like this. We can say angle BAC. Now the angle we want to represent must be in the middle. So you see B, you see C are the extremes, and then A, which is the angle you are representing, is in the middle. So you have to be careful when you read these things. So this means angle BAC. The angle we are referring to is the one in the middle. All right. Another way we can write this, we can also write it like this: angle CAB. All right. It doesn't matter. Just make sure that the angle is in the middle. Again, we can represent it like this: angle BAC, and then we put something like this on top of it to show you where the angle is. So if you see anything represented like this, this is how to represent the sides of the triangle, and then this is how to represent the angles, right? All right. So you need to know these things because it's going to be very helpful when you're solving problems involving triangles, and not just mathematics, physics, and everything.